right now it's obvious that is Adam back. It's obvious that he's receiving money, and it's obvious that Bitcoin is going to get controlled by companies who serving government directly. They're like the sole. BlackRock is the sole defense contractor of the U.S. government. By the way, we all love U.S. government.
For the record.
For the record.
I don't know. My last video got banned from YouTube, so I'm hoping we don't do 2 in a row. Otherwise, I might lose my channel here.
Monero Talk is sponsored by Cake Wallet, a trustless, open-source wallet that gives you the keys to your crypto. Invoice, donate, and trade your Monero with peace of mind, piece of cake. And by StealthEX, an instant exchange where privacy is a top concern. Go to stealthex.io to instantly exchange between Monero and 450 plus assets without having to create an account or register, and with no limits, making StealthEX a simple way to purchase Monero with crypto anonymously. Monero Talk is also made possible from contributions by viewers and listeners like you, and supporting us is easier than ever by typing in monerotalk.crypto in your monero.com or Cake Wallet send address field to send us a tip. This week on Monero Talk, Douglas Tuman interviews Nima Bagheri, a cybersecurity expert who has investigated on who Satoshi Nakamoto is and claims with nearly 100% certainty that it is Adam Back. The two discuss how Nima came to this conclusion and why he thinks it matters that the Satoshi Nakamoto mystery is solved. Nima also talks about how no cryptocurrency currently on the market is totally untraceable, and that with his skills he could create one, but why he doesn't want to. They then talk about the current capabilities of chain analysis to track Monero, and if it's possible that the government is hiding their capabilities to track people for the time being, the current state of America, and much more. Monero Talk starts now.
All right, Nima, what's going on, man?
Not much. Douglas, how's it going?
Not much, man. I'm excited for this one. Kiko told me to reach out to you. We were hanging out at Monerotopia in Prague this summer.
Uh-huh.
He's like, you gotta talk to this guy, Nima. He's a super hacker, a sleuth.
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm getting there.
And he's, he's got some good evidence on who Satoshi Nakamoto is, and he makes a good case for it. Yeah. And apparently, I think you know some things about Monero as well. So I wanted to bring you on.
Thank you, man. Thanks for the opportunity. I really appreciate that. I mean, you're the first person in the United States that reached out and asked to publish.
Yeah.
I was totally banned on every major news network. People like running away from me. Things like.
With the reveal.
Yeah. Once I had the reveal, I become an enemy from an immigrant. I was favorite immigrant, and then now I become the enemy.
Well, before you tell us who Satoshi Nakamoto is, tell us who Nima is, as much as you're willing to reveal, obviously.
Yeah, no. So for people who never heard about me, I started my hacking journey back in early 2000. I was part of the group of rootkit.com. I was a software developer. I made a security tool for hacking, and it was open source called Chaz Network Security Scanner. I ran a lot of developed a lot of features on that. It's open source. It was available until rootkit.com got hacked. And if you search, you still can find it on underground forums, and basically it gives you a lot of devices to be able to hack network, remote hacking, NTLM, MD5 password crackers, send militias or commands to your server to check if you're vulnerable or not. And then I started my own company, UOVD Security. We're making anti-malware technologies. In 2011, I decided to move to the United States. And then I got the job as a Dell security, cybersecurity in United States, and I immigrated to United States, and I had it for 7.5 years as a senior cybersecurity. My whole life was about cybersecurity, so I was working on the research and development for the cybersecurity.
So basically, I shouldn't open up any of the links that you send me.
Oh no, you're welcome. These are good links.
Okay.
Yeah. No bad links.
If you wanted to, you could really fuck with me if you wanted to. Is what you're saying.
Let me explain to you how did I. I was trying to send emails to these people when I revealed about Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah.
I was trying to find some email addresses, and I wanted to know if this email addresses is correctly connected to someone. And I malfunction a link, and I send it under the email. When I send it to them, they even have to open the link, the iOS app or Android app that they have to process the link, and it will tell me where they are looking at, where they are living at right now.
Without them even opening the link?
Without even opening it, because they're not opening it. The software is opening it, and I can tell them where they are looking at.
Holy shit!
They need to be on the VPN server in order to not.
You did this when you were sending out the information about
the informations, and I wanted to see who is opening it, and then I find out the Gavin Andreessen, he unsubscribed. So it's like, you want to do that? You lie to the world, like big. Did you see the video the Russian YouTuber made about me?
No.
It's on my channel. It's on my channel, and he perfectly explained that what's going on. Like he did this better than myself, because he went through all my documents and everything, and he says, yeah, remember Gavin Andreessen was saying in 2010, I saw it, and I joined, and Satoshi gone, I came, and there was a file, it's compiled. It was in the Gavin Andreessen, the package, when they developed the first version of the Bitcoin after Satoshi left. Mm-hmm. The file is from 2009.
Oh, I did watch that video. I think I did watch that video. Yeah.
The file is from 2009. Like, how you got involved in May 2010 when the file is compiled on your computer with your team that you claim they were nowhere near Satoshi, and I was the sole person who was talking to Satoshi Nakamoto.
So let's get to it. We might as well get to it. So who is Satoshi Nakamoto, and why are you so confident that you know who it is?
Adam Back, he himself. And there are many evidence that it shows that he developed. First of all, his set of a skill. Like, you need to have someone who has the skill of writing a patent. The second is Adam Back himself. He's not a good developer. You cannot show me one of his, like, what Adam Back did in terms of research, in terms of development.
Well, Hashcash, he did the hash, right?
That's one project. Like I'm younger than him, and I had at least 6 other free projects and many other sub projects. He is not a good developer. He was only good on the paper, He's good on the paper, but he cannot code. That's why I don't know if have you ever used the first version of the Bitcoin?
No, like the native client.
Buggy. It's shitty as F. Like, you can't even use it. It's full of bug. It was crashing multiple times, and this because it developed on Linux. It's developed on 2.56, the one that I showed. I compared the DLLs. Like, hey, look at this DLL from Hashcash, and look at this DLL from first version of the Bitcoin.
Okay.
And if you notice, if you go check the Bitcoin website right now, you cannot find those versions. They removed it. And you know how did I find it? I downloaded from VirusTotal.
From where?
VirusTotal.
Oh, like a back thing? Like
Yeah, the VirusTotal. If you have the MD5, you can look for it and you can download the old versions. That's how I come to this conclusion. It's like, okay, I have access to VirusTotal. I have this MD5. I'm going to download these files and I'm going to compare with them. I'm going to compare these files with each other. And I wrote a tool that is going through the hashes, goes the executable hashes, and then you can compare. And you see they're there. You can't, like Satoshi Nakamoto, aka Adam Back used the so rare version of the C++ on Linux that it makes it so rare. You cannot find any other.
What are the two things that you compared, though? You said you compared. So which
the hash DLL, the DLL from Hashcash.
Okay, which we know.
Yeah, right. And the DLL from the first, second, and third version of Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
3 different version of the Bitcoin has the same DLL that Hashcash does. And he was trying to like make me confused. It was like, hey, I released the Bitcoin in this version. I was like, no, I'm not talking about that version. I'm talking about version 2.6.
So you basically know with confidence that the same computer was used for compiling both of those.
Exactly.
What degree of confidence do you have there? Is this 100%. Like anybody can look at this that knows what they like, knows the stuff? Like, yeah, this is.
Well, the thing is, the knowledge of the knowledge of knowing about the executables, it's not available on the internet that you can go read. I didn't know that when I joined Dell Cybersecurity. I learned all this stuff when I joined Dell Cybersecurity. Okay. And they tell you that there are cheat sheets that I shouldn't say that, I'm sorry, but because this is highly patented. Okay. You have a cheat sheet, and ignore what I said. I don't want to get to the legal problem.
Okay.
They gave you cheat sheets.
It's public information, right? But
no, this is patented, and this is not patented. I'm sorry, this is not patented. Okay. But they gave you cheat sheet, and basically you can tell which executable file made by which language. If it's compiled by C++, it's compiled by Visual Basic, it's compiled by JavaScript or whatever. Basically like that. C#, C++.
So I gotta say, like, I'm not surprised it's Adam Back, right? I don't think anybody really listened to the show or that's been in crypto for long enough to be like, oh yeah, okay, he was one of the top 5.
Yeah, top 5.
Why do you think it's so important to actually determine who it is, or do you think it's important, or were you just
important?
Shits and giggles.
It is important because right now he's involved on the very big part of Bitcoin network. He hired at one time he hired 75% of the Bitcoin developers. Like
blockstream. You're talking about blockstream,
right? Don't you think this is important?
Yeah. No, I'm just asking these questions to get I want to hear your side of the story here.
It is important. Like, when I sold my Bitcoin, when I received an email from Brian Armstrong, the CEO of the Coinbase, and he says, let's work with the government and make sure that Bitcoin can be legal. I was like, fuck, I'm going to sell all. And I sold everything I had on 50,000. 50,000.
So you owe Brian Armstrong.
Yeah, this motherfucker want to work. The Bitcoin came to the market because we don't want to work with the government. I'm going to sell everything. And I sold.
Well, shit, man. I ran for Congress here in New York with the intention of helping out Monero. I hear you. You're a cypherpunk. Are you a cypherpunk? Believe in the cypherpunk ideals? What's your personal?
I believe in humanity, man.
Nice. Yeah.
That's the only thing I believe. Okay. And I remember Sean Hannity actually talked to you when you were running.
Yeah, he did. He did.
You see, I told you, I know who you are.
Just to Google away. You didn't have to hack anything for that. That's cool.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
So, So, all right. So it reveals potential. All right. Let's say it is Adam Back with 100% certainty. I mean, so does that changes your opinion of Bitcoin itself? Like you said, you sold when you saw the kind of Bitcoin was selling out here. It's looking to bend the knee to the regulators, work with governments.
Yeah.
What is your current impression of Bitcoin, the Bitcoin project, given what you know, given that it's Adam Back and Blockstream that basically.
Well, I saw the big fund company BlackRock and Vanguard. They're interested on that, and it's a red flag when you see a big financial companies are trying to get into that, and that's obviously it was end of the Bitcoin. So.
What do you think, like, kind of the end game is? Like, what's your theory with Blockstream and where things are headed? What are they trying to do? What are they trying to achieve?
This is a really good question. But the thing is, when the Bitcoin introduced, they wanted to make something that is government doesn't have any control of it, no government control.
Which was, in your words, Adam Back. So at some point he changed and he's like no longer a cypherpunk or something, or like sold out.
Yeah. And then now they say, well, if you want to have a Bitcoin, now we can give you a Bitcoin, but you have to have your own papers. You know, you have to have a paper, you have to have your ID. Oh, this is not the Bitcoin. I also want to be independent. I don't want the big financial companies like BlackRock and Vanguard go after the Bitcoin, you know? So that's another red flag. And the third thing is just this network, the Bitcoin network doesn't have expandability. Like Monero has expandability, the network can grow. Bitcoin doesn't have that, you know.
Monero,
so, yeah, Monero. Sorry, I
guess you're referring to the dynamic block size.
Yeah, the dynamic block size. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so you think that's kind of a fundamental problem with Bitcoin? That it
is. Yeah, I mean, we can only, like, let's say one day everyone wanted to use Bitcoin. The network doesn't have the capability to expand. It's only can do like 4,000 transaction. I don't know I forgot. It was per hour.
Not enough to handle the world.
Yeah, not enough. And then they say, well, we're gonna do DeFi or Lighting. It was like, okay, yeah, but then you can see all the transactions, and the transaction happens in your computer, just like we do that the same thing in the Bank of America.
Right, we're back to square one at that point.
Yeah, back to where we are. Like, I don't want
why do you think Adam Back was on board for this then? Like, why wasn't he like, all right, let's increase the block size? I mean, he invented Bitcoin, right? We're assuming he invented Bitcoin. Do you think from day one he really didn't have cypherpunk ideals? It was always like, or like, was there nefarious things from day one, or it just naturally transitioned to that way and he got influenced by people with a lot of money and investors? Or like, how do you think things went down?
Well,
I know this is all speculation, but I'm just trying to get your point of view.
Because I wanted to explain to you something. Like, I funded my own company because no one funded me. Okay? I started my own company with all my money. I never borrow money from anybody else. And I spoke with over 100 people to get the money. I was talking with this guy for $5 million. I was talking with this guy for $10 million. No, I couldn't even get $200,000 from my own company. Somehow, Adam Back, that no one knows, he never had any, really achievement, got $200 million.
It's because you're wearing those sunglasses. Nobody's going to trust you with those sunglasses.
$200 million.
Wait, but hold on. He invented Hashcash, right? Which was mentioned in the Bitcoin white paper. So if you're going to do a startup with somebody Bitcoin related, you're going to know, like, this guy obviously has skills. He may be Satoshi Nakamoto. So why wouldn't they want to invest in him?
Yeah, you know? I don't know how many billionaire or millionaire friends do you have, but I have plenty, and they don't spend money on shit. If like someone guess it, like, oh, remember, yeah.
So you're saying that they were willing to give this guy
Very,
100 bucks because they knew he
yeah,
was
definitely. And the guy was said at the team dropper. He says, "Why people in Malta and Jebra like randomly you talk about Malta and Adam back is resident of Malta, so he spent money on it."
right.
And it was a done deal when I was trying to get the be in the touch with the team dropper house, and then when I heard about this Bitcoin thing, I haven't received any feedback from them. Like, I haven't received any email. Like, I'm trying to reach out to them. It's like about projects. Like, hey, can I come to the team dropper house in Texas?
And so I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but I really want to understand. So why do you think it's damning, though, to know that it's Adam back? Because now you're saying it shows that Bitcoin isn't this cypherpunk thing anymore, that they're just trying to co-opt it with Blockstream. Like, what is your theory? Like, why is it really so damning? Like, so what? It's Adam back and he's running Blockstream. Who cares? It's still Bitcoin. It's still open source. Like, why is it such a damning thing?
Because
to know
now a lot of people think they're fooled. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, if the story is, if anyone believe, and if all these big network companies that they silence me and I send my story to them, I show them, hey, like, this is a certification they have, like, I'm Nima Bagheri, you know, like those people who used to come when I was in Sonic Wall, you know, these people covering our articles like day after day, like all this coverage, the malwares that I were finding, and we releasing the papers about this new malware came out. These are new finding. All these cybersecurity corporations, they were covered like, oh my God, Nemo, thank you so much. This is so cool. They just published. And then when I reach out to them again as a person, as a single person, not under name of the Dell Sonic Wall anymore, they're like, oh, we're not going to respond to this guy. Oh, what you did on Satoshi? Oh, fuck you. You know, this guy, the CEO of the Rapid7, what's his name? The hacker guy. I forgot his name. Do you remember the guy who plays piano? He's
McAfee?
No, not McAfee. The Rapid7.
Oh, I don't know Rapid7.
Rapid7. What's his name? I forgot. By the way, he blocked me on LinkedIn. I said, like, we were friends for like, I don't know, like 10 years, I think.
Monero Talk, we're an open platform, you know.
We
like controversy.
Like, he blocked me, and he was part of the group Black Lives Matter. Like, he literally says Black Lives Matter on the top, but you know, when it comes to like, yeah, you exposing, let's just block this guy. You're talking too much. Yeah, it's great. It's crazy.
So shit. Wait, I had a kind of decent question, and I just lapsed it. So Adam back. Let's say he's Satoshi Nakamoto. You're revealing it. So you're saying it's damning because we know that like Satoshi actually exists and it's a real person and it should be known. And if the world knows that, you think it's going to change? I mean, people will still treat Bitcoin like Bitcoin, no? Like, what's going to change?
I think
is it even possible? Really, like, you're proving it, right? Let's say you've proved it with the 100%, right? But I mean, I guess there could be an argument that just because he compiled it doesn't make him the creator. I don't know. There could be arguments there. But I guess my point is, there might be a certain sector of society that's always in denial because they want to spread this rumor that, we'll never know who Satoshi is. Like, even if Adam back came out and said, I'm Satoshi, people be like, he turned into an old man. He's gone crazy. Like, and like, still people would just go along like, we'll never really know. Like, even like, I feel like it's at that point where it's like,
because nobody's going to be people making money off of it. You know, like they, I don't know if, do you have any friends or do you have any family who are addicted to drugs?
No, knock on wood, not really. Okay. No.
But if you talk with someone who is suffering from a drug illness,
yeah,
I lost a cousin to drugs. He's always on denial that he has a problem. Yeah, and people with the Bitcoin is like that. You know, they had the money, they invested in till here.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It's such a religion that they'll still be like, whatever.
Like,
you know?
Yeah, it's like this guy, like my cousin who passed away, he spent like $100,000 on drugs. You know, he passed away 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. And he always on denial. He says that, hey, I don't have any problem. I don't have drug problems. You know, drug cannot affect on my body. And motherfucker, you died. Like, what the fuck you want to do?
Yeah, no, people are
Bitcoin right now is like, oh no, we don't care who just like is there. I was like, dude, you fooled by someone. You know, internet wasn't big at the time that people will go investigate, and people believed it, and it was a good story, and people buy it. And now you are invest $100,000 and you don't want to come back. You don't want to come back. Like you know, when Theranos happened and people invested $900 million. Team Dropper himself, he came to talk. Was like, oh, I think it's great. We're going to invest on this project. It's like, dude, this girl, he's trying to be a next Steve Jobs. It turns out it is full of fake. Same thing with the FTX. Well, FTX was a smart. Sam Bankman-Fried was a smart to lobby $40 million here and there, you know, and you know, receive the money.
I don't know. I don't necessarily see it as being nefarious that he wanted to hide who he was. And yeah, I mean, if you launch Bitcoin or Monero, wouldn't you want to hide who you are? Because it gives you added security, and it adds security to the network. So it's not as easy.
I can make something to be fully secure and not be hacked by any government agency, but I don't think I will survive the next day I will launch it.
Right, exactly. So wouldn't you want to stay anonymous?
I would want it to stay anonymous.
Yeah. So then why are we criticizing Adam Back for wanting to stay anonymous?
Well, it has nothing to do with that. He's right now open book. Like he's from being anonymous, he turns himself to an investor who received over $400 million right now. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily see that as a problem. Like, I don't like the whole Blockstream thing. I don't like that, you know, Bitcoin essentially is being controlled by Blockstream, arguably, and now they're moving transactions to the Lightning Network and they're moving fees over there. I don't like any of that. I don't think that's good for Bitcoin. But the fact that Adam Back was trying to maintain his anonymity, I don't think is a problem. I think you made a point in one of the videos I was listening to you where you said the issue might be with the fact that he was working for IBM when he
Microsoft. If
he is in fact Satoshi, he was working for Microsoft when he created it. And now if he admits that or if it's found out that he is Satoshi, that they may have an argument that they own his work product and kind of like own the intellectual property behind Bitcoin.
Yeah, that could be one of the legal reason that he wants to. But at the end of the day, I think right now it's obvious that is Adam Back. It's obvious that he's receiving money, and it's obvious that Bitcoin is going to get controlled by companies who serving government directly. You know, they're like the sole. BlackRock is the sole defense contractor of the U.S. government. By the way, we all love U.S. government.
For the record. I don't know. My last video got banned from YouTube, so I'm hoping we don't do two in a row. Otherwise, I might lose my channel here.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, no.
I will download it.
You say whatever you need to say today. I think it's we make this argument on Monero all the time that it feels like Bitcoin has been co-opted for those reasons and other reasons. And then the fact that it's transparent makes it even more co-optable by state agencies and those working with state agencies like chain analysis companies. Yeah. Overall, the entire system seems to be susceptible to control to the point where, like you said, at the end of the day, is it really this decentralized peer-to-peer system, digital cash system? Is it effectively returning into a traditional bank?
Yeah, right now it shows that it's not. It's obvious it's not at this point. You know, they wanted to introduce that and to be like that, but it's not at this point.
So are there other crypto? Are there Monero, perhaps? Are there other cryptos that you think give us hope? So it sounds like, have you lost hope in Bitcoin because of these reasons, or I want to make sure I'm not misunderstanding your.
I don't have any Bitcoin anymore since the event that I said. The Brian Armstrong reached out. Was like, hey, we're gonna work with the Texas governor, not the governor, the Texas attorney or whatever. It was, and then I sold him all my Bitcoin. And
what got you into Bitcoin in the first place?
What it brought me?
Yeah.
Back to 2013, I find that it's pretty cool. So, it's like I bought all Bitcoin. But I sold it at 50,000. It was good. I sold all of it on 50,000.
And so do you think there's something that's going to replace what Bitcoin was meant to be? This digital cash? Do you think that's what Bitcoin was meant to be? Do you agree with that? Like Bitcoin was meant to be untraceable digital cash, or what do you think is the utility?
No government will support anything is untraceable. I can tell you that. Okay. Mm-hmm. The only government they want something untraceable is the governments like Iran government, like Turkmenistan government. The governments who are tagged as dictatorships.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, that's why they would love to have something. So I don't know if you heard about the FATF. FATF is the if you Google it, it will show.
Oh yes, I know the FATF, the FAFSA. Yes.
Iran is trying to ban FATF, so the money laundering country, and now Iran is the biggest. 14 to 15%. At some point, 14 to 15% of the Bitcoin network were running on Iran's network. That's crazy. And
but do you think that's bad? I mean, you think that's what? So what does that mean then? That means it's bad for Bitcoin, or like you just?
It's like bad for everything. Is like you have a country who's sponsoring terrorism, you're killing people, putting people in the jail for their beliefs, and nobody talk about it right now. It's just crazy.
But it could also help people there, right? Like people can coordinate and like raise funds anonymously. You could theoretically send Bitcoin to somebody who's fighting the resistance over there, or more ideally, I think you'd want to send something that actually is untraceable to protect them. So it could be used for good and bad, right? Like the regimes might be using it for evil, but the people could also use it for positive things, no? To fight tyranny.
I don't think people are able to fight with tyranny without guns. We're not in Texas,
guns, but you also need to be able to raise money and coordinate, right?
I think more is about guns. It's like you can buy a heavy machine gun in Texas right now at the street, across the street right here. And you cannot do that if you have even one bullet, you will go to jail for 6 months, 3 to 6 months in Iran, just having a bullet. In your home, not outside, in your home.
So wait, I'm trying to. I'm getting a little lost then in what your actual take is on. Like I said, would you consider yourself a crypto anarchist or a cypherpunk? Do you believe in this vision of a tool like a cryptocurrency that can't be controlled by any state government, and that can be used by people or any entity to send value peer to peer without censorship or surveillance? Is that?
I love the idea. I love the idea. Okay, we're not talking about that, but we're talking about this network currently supposed to be something independent, but is controlling on the hand of the dictatorship.
Okay, so you're saying that's evidence of the fact that it is being controlled, and it's being influenced by the exact people we wouldn't want to be able to influence, which is a tyrannical state government.
Yes, that's correct. You wanted to have something that is not controlled, managed, or used by these bad guys. You wanted to have something independent, But at the real world, we don't have that right now. Okay.
But you're sure maybe Iran is using Bitcoin right now, but actually doesn't its traceability make it potentially bad for those purposes? It just hasn't caught up with it yet. Like they're using the wrong tool currently.
I think there are a lot of gray areas that I cannot go because I'm a U.S. citizen right now, and I under oath to fight for U.S. So I cannot really share on the public.
Okay.
I'm under oath to.
Yeah. Don't
But to be honest, I don't know what people doing in New York, or I don't know what this agency has 3 letters. What they doing? Because we just sent, as a U.S., we just sent $7 billion to Iran for 5 hostages, and it's just a big question. Like, why are we sending all this money to these governments that we know that they're gonna use to killing more people? That's a big question. Like, we had 5 people American there. We have 5 Iranian who is jailed here in US. We exchanged them. We also gave them $7 billion. Like, how come this is a good deal?
Yeah. I don't even want to get
Is
into
it
that.
a good deal? Like, if I want to exchange money with you, like if I give you 5,000 euros and you give me $5,000, and at the top of it, you gave me $7 billion. Is that logical?
Yeah, no, it's not logical. The U.S. government does a lot of illogical
something is wrong. Something is wrong there. I don't know who get benefit of it, but it's not me and you and taxpayers.
So what is it that Iran is using Bitcoin for, though? You're saying they're using it to skate sanctions, essentially, right?
Yeah, it's the never life was easier to be an Iranian citizen right now. Like, search on YouTube, Great Mall of Iran. Do you see this country is sanctions? They made something bigger than Dubai Mall, bigger than any mall that you see in US. I'm asking everybody, please search, Google search, or on YouTube, go to YouTube, search Iran Mall, Iran Great Mall. You see what is there. Like, they built this thing, and it's all from the money from this country is under sanctions. Do you see this country is under sanctions?
Yeah. They get
Compare that with the North Korea. Like, why North Korea doesn't do that? So.
Okay. But like I said, I mean, Bitcoin's going to, like, the fact that it potentially is being used to skirt sanctions shows that it's working as a censorship resistant technology. So, I mean, that would be the way I would look at that. And if anything, I feel like it doesn't work well for those purposes because it is traceable. I mean, they, like you said, the fact that blacklisting Bitcoin addresses,
Yeah. And even like the agencies, they can get into it. I recently released a paper that I show that demonstrated a bug that if any state agency or any hacker, they can get into your network through the vulnerability that is in the network Bitcoin app on Windows, and they can change the addresses. So when you send money to, like, when I'm trying to send the money to Douglas, it will go to FBI office. It's just crazy. And I show it. There's a video of it on my YouTube channel, and is this vulnerability confirmed by the US certs, by the way. It's not something I made it up, and it took them a couple weeks, I think, to test, and they finally confirmed that this vulnerability exists. I released the source code, by the way. So
it hasn't been fixed? It hasn't been patched or whatever?
I don't know if it has been patched. I don't think they can patch it. I don't believe this is patchable.
Really? So it's
no.
Okay.
Because like, let's say the Bitcoin wallets. So the difference between Monero and the Bitcoin is like the when you send everything about Bitcoin is the public addresses are everyone can see it. Okay, so when you send the money as a reward, like when you transfer the money as a reward, when the money goes to the account of from A to B, they're all using a public addresses, and public addresses are available in entire network. You can see from A to B where the money goes. Okay, and when you transfer it, it goes from your computer towards the network. Okay, and if someone come in here and intercept it and change it from IP of Douglas to IP of Nima, so the money goes to IP of Nima wallet of Nima instead of Douglas, and that's a big problem. Like, how you want to fix it? They have to rewrite the whole network from beginning.
So how do you see things playing out? Obviously, so you sold your Bitcoin at 50K. Very, very nice. Cheers to you. But do you see, is it just still going to be number go up? Because this scenario that you're talking about, the way it's currently playing out is, like you said, the Black Rocks of the world. All these guys are getting involved. Yeah. They're making Bitcoin more fiat-like, but the price keeps going up because it's, more money is pouring into it. They feel like they could safely put their money into it because they're putting it into a system that isn't going to fundamentally disrupt the state or the current banking system because they'll be able to effectively control it. So do you think the price will continue to go up, or it's going to eventually show that Bitcoin is flawed in some way where it can't exist?
I don't believe Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin has reached out its own potential value. I don't believe it's Bitcoin going up, and I don't see the big companies are gonna invest hundreds or $200 billion on Bitcoin. If it go up, it definitely will happen that way. People are sick and tired of Bitcoin. A lot of people lost on Bitcoin. Remember all those days that Bitcoin, it was on 65 and it said, this is going to go 500,000. And people who buy, I had a lot of friends who buy at 65,000. Yeah. Don't, dude. I bought it at $400. Don't.
They bought your Bitcoin.
Yeah, 250.
Yeah.
250 and then 400 and then 700.
I was there back in those days.
Yeah. And then I was like, dude, 65,000? And now he's still waiting.
Do you love coffee and Monero as much as we do? Consider making gratuitous.org your daily cup. Pay with Monero for premium fresh beans, and if you like what you taste, send a digital cash tip directly to the Guatemalan farmers that made it possible. Proceeds help us grow this channel, Gratuitous, and Monero.
I played that scenario. It seems like its number go up. You have BlackRock coming into it. You have these big companies. It's not becoming the tool that I want it to be.
Yeah,
that's why I moved to Monero. I'm
right
I'm a freak, and I'm a fundamentalist. I'm a liberty guy, right? That's what I'm in it for, right? I'm in it for the liberty. But if you're in it for storing value in terms of fiat, maybe it does just become this useless thing that can't really do anything else other than prove that you own some digits in a ledger. Yeah. But do you think it continues to play out that way? Like, what causes it to, no longer be usable as digital gold? Like, why would it lose its gold?
I don't believe the democratic people from a democratic countries like USA who pay taxpayers like 30-45% of their money go to taxes. I don't think people gonna buy Bitcoin and just leave it there. I mean, you know better than everybody like how the situation is. People in United States are paycheck to paycheck.
Right, and also Bitcoin will now become this tool where the state can more perfectly tax people, right? Because it knows how much people have and when they're transacting.
It's bad. I don't think ever is going to, like, you have to pay taxes on that, and like, no. But you can save cash. You can save your cash in your home, keep it, and don't pay tax on, right? You
I
can
didn't
have
say
cash. I know. Like you can have $100,000 cash tax free on your. You can buy a gold to keep it tax free. You know, you can buy. I'm not doing it, but I'm just saying if I was a criminal, cash is the king.
Mm-hmm,
It's always going to be a king.
Which do you think any crypto is capable of being digital cash?
No, I don't. Not.
Oh.
I don't think. Again, the 3G agencies will take care of it.
No matter what the crypto is, whether they, traceable, untraceable, because nothing, I guess you don't think anything truly is untraceable, I assume.
Yeah. Well, I can share with you how this company did crack the Monero.
Okay. Oh, this Cipher Trace, I'm assuming you're.
Is it Cipher Trace? No, chain analysis.
Oh, chain analysis. They, well, did they? I think you're assuming to the IRS bounty that was put out.
Before that, even they were working with the IRS.
Okay.
Yeah, they did this back there in 2017 for Bitcoin first. Mm-hmm. And I actually have a paper. Should I? You can share with the viewers later, and where to go and see the paper. I don't.
If you want to share your screen right now.
No, you know.
I'm telling you, man, I can't hack you. You maybe hack me.
Yeah. But the thing is, well, these informations are public. You know, it's publicly available.
Yes.
I'm sure I've seen it. By the way, the name of the guy who blocked me on LinkedIn, he was H.D. Moore. He was CEO of Metasploit Rapid7. He sold it. Dude. It was.
Based on all my research, right? Like, well, number one, we don't really know what these companies are capable of. I don't know if you've seen the interviews where Cipher Trace was interviewed because they were claiming they can trace Monero, and it turned out they can only do it, probabilistically. It's not deterministic. And then there is an understanding that there is a weakness, which is the Eve Alice Eve attack in Monero. And maybe that's, if anything, if it's being exploited in any way, it's potentially that way. Okay. Where if they have information about you, if you're KYC'd on an exchange, they know who you are. And then they also then know who you are when you then go use your Monero somewhere else. They might be able to, eliminate some of the essentially decoys, which doesn't it doesn't unravel confidential transactions, it doesn't unravel stealth addresses, but it may make it potentially easier in a probabilistic way to determine who the true sender is. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to.
So this is more. I believe it's more complicated than what you think is. But I will happily share with you and
send it over
to the viewers how the first step. So there is this company called Chainalysis. Mm-hmm. They signed the contract with IRS back to 2015, July 5th, 2015. I'm reading from the article. You can share it with the viewers later. On page 24, the company sent a proposal, and it says Chainalysis Inc. Chainalysis Inc. is a sole manufacturer of the product called Reactor, and there is no reseller. So there's only companies that. And it says reactors provide through a web application that communicate to our servers where the data analysis, research, and annotations are stored. The user is able to start their investigation using a breach of data sources from known Bitcoin services and transaction hashes and Bitcoin addresses and arbitrary amounts of text. So once the investigator has started the investigation, all the calculation above, how different entities in the Bitcoin network are all calculated in the real time and data is kept live. So basically what it says that they get all this massive information from the network and import it into this device, and they basically able to track who is who and what is what.
Yes.
By the way,
for Bitcoin, that's what and for Lightning Network they talk about.
So
I haven't seen them say they have a tool for tracing Monero. Not saying maybe they do. They are offering something that hasn't been public.
Douglas, there is a reason, because that is classified, because they did that to hunt down some drug related cases. Mm-hmm. That's why they don't talk about it on public, because it's a top secret. Potentially, if they share it, it's top secret. You know, they cannot share it.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, that's why they didn't.
Send me the article. I will love
this. I already sent it to you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to open it now.
Yeah, it's your choice.
I'm not clicking your links, bro. You just told me you could get it to my.
Of course I can. What are you expecting from me?
You probably work for these guys. You're probably the one who created the Monero traceability tool.
No. Just kidding. I'm from Iran. No one will trust me. I can tell you that. So based on this is by the way, this is information is public. I'm not sharing anything findings. Okay. On that. This is a public. This is what IRS said, that there was a contract with the Chainalysis.
Yes,
and they wrote down such a device. So okay. And then the other thing is they paid 1.2 million, 1.25 million to Chainalysis for cracking down the Monero, and you wanted to know how they did that. Okay, this is crazy.
Like I said, I've seen where they said they have traced Lightning Network. It hasn't, but let's assume you're right. All right, whatever. Then they received the 1.5 mil. They now trace Monero.
This information
kind of news to the community. I mean, the community. If anybody would have figured it out, I think it would have been the Monero people themselves. But hey, I don't know. Maybe they're.
So they made an arrest. Okay. They made an arrest, meaning they were able to track down. And I.
Yeah, but we don't know how, what information they were using for those arrests. I mean, maybe the guy bought Bitcoin on an exchange and then exchanged it into Monero. Like I'm saying, we don't. You're saying it's from they've completely unraveled Monero and completely traced Monero.
They did, and that's exactly why I'm here. I'm trying to explain to how they did it.
Okay, tell me.
In 2015, there is a technology called DPI SSL. I shared the link with you. Please share it with the audience as well. They can read.
Okay.
The company that I used to work for, write down a patent, and basically, we were making UTMs, and then when the package is coming from A to B, this UTM is like a firewall. Is with this technology called DPI SSL is using a technique is like a man-in-middle attack. Okay, so basically, if a SSL network there is a connection is made based on SSL and this technology is able to get into it. It's pretend that is your web browser, and then they can read whatever it's going from A to B. Okay, this is already patented. Information is public. You can, I'll already share with you the link, and you can share with the audience.
Okay.
And
how is that traced Monero? You're saying they've done something.
So the Monero using Tor network.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they use also CA routes, the Tors. And do you remember 11 years ago, the DG Notar got breached? The CA root authority from Deutschland, from Holland, Netherlands, they got breached.
Okay.
And it turns out the CA root keys that been developed has been reached, and later Bruce Schneier the cybersecurity experts, he said, "Oh, after the Snowden released all this information, it seems like the hack that they said on DigiNotary was on their job, based on the documents that Snowden released." And that's exactly how this thing works. So this is how the chain analysis company can do that. By the way, this is a private company, and I'm talking from the perspective of taxpayers. This is how they do. They come and get a CA authority, the CA certification, buy from these big companies like my company or other companies that they give them such a technology. Okay, they're gonna work with AT&T, Verizon, all these big network. They put their devices there. When the information comes, if they find out there is information going to Monero network, the node-to-node Monero network, they will open it. They see what is inside of it. They take that, they save the information in their massive data centers. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's how they're able to trace Monero.
Monero. I love the way you said
Monero. That's how they're able to trace. So they have this technology called DPI SSL, which is already patented, it's already public. They use that as technology to get into the SSL, and they analyze this massive information, like in the big scale, so they can see who is communicating. And based on the IP, they can find out where it's located. That's how this company designed it too.
Okay, well, number one, they're not breaking confidential transactions by doing that, right? I mean, how is that?
No, it's legal. Like AT&T, like
Verizon, they could see the amounts that people are sending to each other.
They can track down and then see the amounts that where it goes and where it comes from. Yeah,
I'm just not clear on how that's being done by way of
because Monero using what? Tor network. Okay, you wanted to find out where these people are. That's the biggest thing about the Monero's privacy. The Monero privacy.
Okay, finding out where the nodes are. I can see that potentially.
That's the most important one.
Mm-hmm.
That always was the important.
There's also, are you familiar with Dandelion plus that technology that Monero uses? So you can't tell where the transaction propagated from.
I think that was part of the second update or third update of I don't know.
It's been updated a few times.
but that's exactly how they can track down, and that was the most important one. Like, we wanted to track down who is who. Okay, if they're able to get into the network of Tor, which is now we know based on the document has been released, it was a real thing. Then it's easy to track. I
think what you, and I'm not saying, just correct me if I'm wrong. I think what you're saying is, if anything, they have the tech based on what you've seen out there to know who is using Monero and when they're sending a transaction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they're capable of to doing.
Right.
It.
Okay.
And that's an important one. That's exactly what they want. Like, they wanted to track down because the Monero using Tor, and that was makes a problem with them. Mm-hmm. So what they did is basically reach out to the big corporations, Comcast, AT&T. They're going to share this information with them, obviously.
Yeah. No, I don't.
And if you see the contract, it's alive on the IRS website. Exactly what it says. They said they work for 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why you wanted to work for 8 months to gather the information when you download the Bitcoin file is 400 gigabytes? Like, you already have the whole network. Like, what we're trying to find. Because they basically data collecting, they reach out to all these ISPs. Like, how many big network and big ISPs are available in New York and Texas? They're not a lot. All of them are just one or two companies.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt. Obviously, Snowden told us, right? I mean, all our internet traffic is being held, stored forever. Yeah, like
it's more safer to not using Tor than using Tor. Because now, if your data is going,
Right. But that doesn't necessarily mean the protocol Monero is traceable, right? Like they could see that you're using it. Maybe they could even know that you sent assuming that this is all happening, but they don't know, what address is sending to what other address because of stealth addresses. They don't know what amount is being sent. They don't know, those things they don't know. But hey, this is all conjecture right now, right? But
this is real. Like, when I actually got under attack with the man-middle attack when I was in Iran, when DigiNotar happened.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt
They hacked my email address. But the thing is, I always delete the email addresses, so I don't keep anything.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is too, right? Like, I don't think anybody in Monero would say Monero is resistant to a pinpointed attack where they're going after individuals. It's more so can they mass surveil it and see all the transactions and know who's sending what to who, what amounts and who sent. That's also a whole nother story than a pinpointed attack, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
So which cryptos are your favorite? Are you not into any cryptos now that you sold your Bitcoin? Or are there other projects that you're into? Is Monero
Cash
one?
Is king, man. Right now, cash is king.
From a technology standpoint, are you interested? Like, which ones do you think have potential to serve a use case?
I don't think right now there is one. Again, I can make one, but then I won't probably age.
You won't.
I won't probably age a lot. Yeah, I mean, if it's not if it really is not traceable, which is, again, I can with my background in cryptocurrency, with my background in networking, with my background in password cracking or making technology for Dell. And I probably have enough skill to make one. And my job was Dell was actually cracking credit cards. I designed a credit card EMV cracker. So to test how this technology works, like I have enough skill to make it, but it's just like, hey, you have to deal with these agencies with 3 letters. So
if you were to design a crypto, what type, what were you trying to do?
I definitely could make something that is untrackable and using its own encryption that you cannot find in any RFC. It's like, it would be easy to make.
So why don't you make it? But you don't want to make it because you don't want to be the guy who makes it.
Oh yeah, I don't want to. Like, I have a company. I'm happy with my life right now. That's the whole another story. It's like, hey, do you want to have a problem with someone, or you just don't have a problem?
Why not contribute to an existing project like Monero and then use your, so you're not implicated as being the guy. You're just offering advice, like, hey, maybe change this up, change that up. Is that something?
I mean, if they pay me good, I will get that.
You would get, if you put like a funding request, if you can show like a real like flaw, right, with analysis, I think without a doubt people would line up to pay for that if you were improving Monero, for sure, 100%. Have you committed to any other crypto, contributed to any other crypto projects in any way?
No, I'm busy with my company and my life right now. I just really don't have time to do stuff. Even like when I was tried to crack the Bitcoin, it took me so much time.
Trying to figure out who
how to hack Bitcoin addresses, like to redirect the CVE that I released. I can share the CVE with your audience too.
Yes, send me everything. We'll give them links. These are all links that people can navigate to. Okay.
Yeah, it's already on my website and the blog too.
Let me ask you. So, would you be able to do the same analysis you did on Bitcoin to Monero to try to determine who Nicholas Van Saberhagen is? Is that something you would?
I can. I tried it yesterday for the last time.
Did you?
I did, and you can get into the Monero's memory and see what's up. But I didn't have the time to that if I can change the addresses just like the way that I did with Bitcoin. But
No. This is interesting what you're talking about now. But this method that you used in Bitcoin to reveal who Satoshi Nakamoto was, where you looked at the fingerprint of the first implementation to determine the computer that